Good morning, this is Jenna with Secure Pay One, and I just wanted to be the first to welcome you to your new home. If you're watching this video, that means that you are in the process of signing a lease, which is very exciting, and we're happy to have you here. So today we're going to go over a few different things. The lease guidelines, so just a few major things that we want to point out to you. These things are all here to help you, and then your lease documentation that you're going to be receiving when you sign your lease. So let's get started. One of the biggest things that we like to bring up is going to be the visitor policy. So any new occupant or visitor that's going to be there for an extended period of time must receive the proper approval just as you went through. This is just for the safety of you, your household, and everyone in the community. The process is quick and easy, just a few forms that they'll have to sign and get approved for. Site maintenance. We don't want any, this is an extreme example, but we never want any of our properties just to look like this, just as you wouldn't want to be living in a community that has those kind of, that kind of appearance to it. So, washing machines, couches, etc., keep those inside. Any kind of lawn furniture that is okay to be on your porch, stuff like that. No wading pools with or without water in them. That's just for safety of any of the children that are living in the community. I just want to make sure that there's no issues with that. If you need to dispose of large items, definitely let us know. Don't just try to put that on the curb, because depending on where your community is located, there can be violations associated with that. Weeds, lawn, and trash. Those are really big things that you want to watch out for in terms of just the maintenance of your unit and your property. Like we said, we all want to live in a nice, clean community, so just making sure that the weeds, your lawn is kept cut. That's going to make a better living situation for everybody. If this is something that you don't feel that you want to take care of yourself, there is a cleanup service that we offer with a fee, so definitely just reach out to us. Pet policy. So if you're living in a unit that does accept pets, pets are welcome and we love pets. Unfortunately, your neighbor might not. So be considerate of this. Keep your pets on a leash and keep that leash attached to you. If you do have a unit with a porch or anything like that, don't leave those pets unattended outside in case they are able to get away and they can scare a neighbor or a child that's not comfortable with pets. Droppings must be picked up immediately. This is a big one, and if there is, your pet privilege is just that. It's a privilege. So we want to let you have your pets with you, but if any of these policies are being broken, we may have to revoke that privilege from you. And then if you do get a new pet, just make sure you come and register it at our community office. Vehicle control. So a good thing is, especially with children in the summer when people are outside, you need to be driving that posted speed limit so no one gets hurt. Car maintenance. We know that this can happen. We just want to make sure that if there is a tire that needs to be changed, anything like that, it's completed within 24 hours. You're not leaving oil or gas outside unattended, and then making sure that there's no cars left on jacks outside. It can be very dangerous. If you do have an inoperable vehicle or an unused vehicle, that's going to have to be taken off the property. Parking. So this is a big one, in our shared communities. If you do live in a shared community and you are designated a spot or maybe two spots, that's great. Making sure that you give us your license plate, your vehicle type, so we can keep that on file. We need that information because if there is an issue with someone parking in a spot that's not theirs, that is going to be towed at the owner's expense. So we want to make sure that we have all of that on file. If you do have visitors coming, they can go to the overflow parking or parking on the street if that's accessible in your neighborhood. Just making sure again that these rules are kept up, and especially in the case of emergency vehicles, they need to be able to get through. And if cars are parked in fire lanes, that's where this becomes a major issue. Garbage policy. So make sure that your garbage is out at curbside on the designated day. Once that's been picked up, though, the trash bin does need to come off the street. No one likes to look at the trash bins left on streets for days at a time. There are violations associated with this, so just making sure that you take that bin in by the end of the night. If you do live if your property has a dumpster, then just making sure that you're throwing your garbage in the dumpster. We don't want that left outside of the dumpster because that's when you get animal issues, stuff like that. So just making sure that you considerate of your neighbors when it comes to that stuff. Noise and safety. Again, this is just a courtesy to your neighbors. Your volume needs to be at a conversational level between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. Everyone has different schedules, so we want to be courteous and considerate to everybody. If you do have children, just remember that you are responsible for the supervision and safety of them. There is any dangerous activities that you notice, suspicious activities on the property, definitely give us a call and let us know. If there's an emergency situation, we always recommend just calling 911 immediately and then just letting us know about that occurrence, and we will document that on the proper unit's notes. Rent policy. So rent is always due by the first of the month. Payments on time will not incur any penalties. So get mark your calendars and get that rent in by the first. We accept checks, money orders, cashier's checks, or even auto debit options if that's something that you want to do. We do not accept any cash. So if you do have cash, go ahead and take that to your local currency exchange and get that transferred to money order, and we're happy to accept. So kind of a recap of what's going on, just making sure that if you decide that as your lease is coming to an end and you're not going to be re-signing, we'll be very sad to see you go, but just make sure you're giving us a 30-day written notice to vacate. So as you're going to be signing your paperwork, things that you want to look for are going to be community guidelines, which will outline everything that we have went over today, plus a little bit more for you. Security deposit and record of the deposit received. Your lease. So your lease is going to have all of the information, including how much your rent is, if there's what the late fee is, what your grace period is. So definitely make sure that you're going through that with your leasing agent to understand all of the different clauses in there. And then you'll have a community info sheet with important info, emergency contacts for any kind of utilities, everything like that. Just be sure that you sign that lease and sign the contact form. The contact form is going to come back to us, so that'll be the best way to communicate with you, and any emergency contacts that we can have on file for you. Everything else you will receive a copy of. So you definitely want to keep that for your records. And if you do have any questions, do not hesitate to ask during that process. We want to make sure everything is crystal clear for you. So thank you again for listening, and don't hesitate to reach out if you have any more questions. Thank you.